Okay, welcome back to another video, and as I'm sure you guys know, 2023 is basically already here. We have a month left in November. I'm sure less one of you guys are watching this video, so it's time for a new top 10 upcoming games. Pretty much every time a new event comes, whether it's spring or fall or winter or even a new year, such as this case, I do a top 10 upcoming games. And this is the biggest list I've ever done. I have well over 10 games here, a whole bunch of honorable mentions. I really did try hard to get a lot of games on this list as much unique as possible and not all anime, seeing as a lot of people complain about that. But when you're watching this video, please keep in mind that this list is not in any order, but I am slightly more excited for the games at the top and the bottom. Before that though, let me just say real quick, I am doing a 50,000 Robux giveaway to a random follower on IG, so if you'd be so kind as to go follow me on Instagram, I'll be picking a random follower. Y'all support the channel heavily, and I do want to give back to you guys. This is a win-win for both of us. And with that being said, today is my top 10 upcoming Roblox games of 2023. Also, let me say real quick, if you guys are really interested in some of the games you see on this list, I will be live on Twitch streaming some of these at some point during the future, so if you have some free time, I'd appreciate if you stop by. If you're new to the channel, I would appreciate if you hit that sub button. Let's get straight into the video. Okay, so for my first honorable mention, I have a game that I'm sure you guys have seen in the past. This is one of the few, I'm pretty sure it's actually the only JJK game that's actually worth playing on Roblox, and this is a game called Gurenge. Now, I've recorded multiple videos on this game now, and the thing that stands out the most to me about Gurenge has got to be its graphics. It's probably the best JJK game on Roblox in terms of graphics. I mean, the game looks beautiful. You have Gojo's Hollow Purple, Ghetto's Soul Manipulation, Curse Technique, all of that crap. It's just overall a really fun game. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not sure how fun it would be if you were to play this for more than maybe like a week, but I do think it'll be a pretty exciting game when it comes out. That's pretty much it for Gurenge. I'm not going to say too much about the honorable mentions. Right underneath Gurenge, I have another game that I'm very excited to see come out, and that is Demon Journey 2. Now, this is one of the honorable mentions where if I had seen more gameplay, it might have made it onto the actual list. Regardless, Demon Journey is a beautiful Demon Slayer game. If you played the original one, I'm sure you already know this. It was fun, creative, and it was unique for its time, and now we have Demon Journey 2 with a whole bunch of new breathings like moon, sun. It looks fun as hell. Like I said, we haven't seen too much gameplay, but I am excited for this game, and it is going to be good 100%. Right over Demon Journey, I have Over the Seas. This is a new Roblox game where, similar to the last one, if I had seen more gameplay, it might have made it onto the actual list, but regardless, this is a game that I want to say is very unique, and I can't really speak on it too much, seeing as the main developer, Leon, only really posted one sneak peek. I can't really say too much about this game yet, but I do know it'll be exploration based, and it will look beautiful just based on the gameplay we've seen so far. Right next to that, I have Derelict Seas. This is my fourth or fifth honorable mention. I'm not sure it'll be on the screen, but this is a new Roblox One Piece game made by my friend Jovan, and I have to say, the game looks like it'll be super unique. I love how in-depth the game is. Like, for example, you can actually enter the ship's cabin, which is something that not a lot of One Piece games, if any, do. I've actually played one One Piece game that's had that feature. It's a game called One Piece Blue, but I'm not going to get into that. Overall, I like the way this game is looking. I like the direction it's going in. It looks hype. My next honorable mention, I have a sequel to a game that came out a while ago, the game being Shonen Smash, and this game is Shonen Smash 2. It is a Super Smash Bros. Inspired anime-based fighting game, and it looks gas. This is another game where unfortunately I can't say too much as I don't have too much actual footage of gameplay, but from what you guys can see, it looks like it's really in-depth as far as the combat. There's more combo strings, there's more stuff you can do. The last game was fun, but admittedly it did feel a little clunky at times, and sometimes it was a little bit stiff, but it looks like 10 fixed all of that with this new game, so it looks pretty hype. My next honorable mention, I have a game that I'm pretty sure you guys all knew was coming on this list, but to nobody's surprise, Heroes Ultimatum. And this is another game where, had I seen more gameplay, it might have been on the list. But with that being said, Heroes Ultimatum, you already know what it is. It is a new Roblox, well, I guess not new, but it's a Roblox My Hero Academia game. It got shut down a little while ago, but now it's being worked on again. Got revamped. Apparently it's a completely new game now, has a whole bunch of new abilities, skills, etc. So excited to see where this game goes. For my next honorable mention, I have another game that I'm pretty sure you guys have seen in the past, and this is a game called Bushido. Now, I'm not exactly sure when this game is releasing. All I know is it's more than likely sometime in 2023, which is why it's on the list, and this is a beautiful open world exploration based samurai game. Honestly, in my head, when I see this game, the closest thing that it reminds me of is Sekiro. If you played that game, you're probably gonna enjoy this game. That style it seems to be going for. I've tested this game in the past. The combat is super fun. It's enjoyable. It's very agile. If you guys played it, I'm sure you would enjoy it. For my next honorable mention, I have Vast Seas, which is a new Roblox One Piece game I tested this year. And if I had to think of a game similar to this, I'd say Pirate Warriors. Pretty much just imagine Pirate Warriors in a One Piece game, and I think that's what they have here. I'm not sure what direction they're gonna take it in. They could do your average bandit beater or do something more unique. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna do something more unique with it, but regardless, I do want to see what direction this game goes in. Right next to that, I have Anniverse Showdown. It's a new Roblox Battlegrounds type game, and the animations for this game, its models, everything looks beautiful. The game is still super unfinished, so I can't speak on it too much, but it does deserve being on this list as it is unique from other Battlegrounds games. Moving on to the next honorable mention, I have Souls Battle. This is a new Roblox Bleach game, and it looks good. This is another one of those games that I've actually tested myself, and the combat is real fluid. It's unique. Honestly, for a Bleach game, I have to say it was pretty fun. And for my last and final honorable mention, I have a game called Pixel Piece. This is a new Roblox One Piece game, and it's completely pixelated. I gotta say, this game has absolutely beautiful graphics. I can't really speak too much on the gameplay as it's not anything too special, but the fruits look really good, the models look amazing, the animations look great. Whoever developed this game really knows what they're doing. Moving on to the actual list, at number 10, I have Worldwide, and this is currently my most anticipated One Piece game. I won't lie, this is the game that I'm looking forward to the most as far as One Piece. The combat is really fun. I love how simple yet unique the game is at the same time. I mean, it doesn't have Grand Peace Online or Project Slayer's graphics, but it still was fun. That's usually the type of player I am in games. I always go for combat over graphics or gameplay over graphics. That's just me, and I feel like this game is really gonna do that well. Not sure when Worldwide is releasing, I just know it's sometime this year, and yeah, that's my number 10. And number 9 on this list, I have Hunter x Hunter Resurgence, and if you guys ever played a game called Hunter x Hunter Ultimate Finale, it was basically a Hunter x Hunter game that came out around a year ago. It had little to no content and it died. Now a year later, the owners completely revamped the game. It's pretty much a completely different game from what we've seen, and it's now called Hunter x Hunter Resurgence instead of Ultimate Finale. Needless to say, I'm very excited to see where this game goes, and yeah, that's Hunter x Hunter Resurgence. I can't wait to see this game come out. At number 8, I have a game that I tested this year. It's a game called Rain Valley. I did test this out earlier, and if I think of a game to relate this to, I'd kind of say it's a roguelike open world game with a whole bunch of exploration. What I remember from testing is that the map was huge, like very big. There were a whole bunch of different biomes. There was a hell, there was a heaven in the clouds. When I look at this game, I honestly get a little bit of the same rush that I got when I looked at Deep Woken for the first time, and they are very similar games as far as the roguelike open world aspect. It's a class-based game, which means it's very similar to Rogue Lineage, so if you're not the type of player to want to do a hardcore game, which is what it seems to be, then maybe it won't be for you, but for the hardcore players like me, we're gonna really enjoy it. At number 7, I have Shinsei, which is a new Roblox Bleach game that I know absolutely nothing about other than the fact that it looks absolutely beautiful, man. I cannot wait to play this game. Not exactly sure if this game is public or closed community or if it's gonna be released to paid access, but regardless, the game looks friggin' beautiful. I mean, it literally has some of the cleanest graphics I've seen on Roblox. I don't know who they're hiring for VFX and animations and all that, but they're really doing their thing. This guy Cross is a beast when it comes to this stuff. I mean, even just looking at some of the Shikai and Bankai, I really do feel like this might be in competition for the new best Bleach game on Roblox. I do have to actually test the game myself before I can speak on that, but just judging off the sneak peeks and the map and how good everything looks, I feel like this game really does have a whole bunch of potential. Next up at number 6, I have Pocket Anime, and honestly, I'm not a huge Pokemon guy, but I did download the last one. I think it was Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, one of those. But anyways, that kind of got me into Pokemon a little bit more. And if you look at this game's trailer, it looks so unique. I know I keep saying that, but you can do things like ride on Ace's Striker, Mihawk's Coffin Boat, the motorcycles, and the flying hover things from Dragon Ball Z. I mean, there's just so much stuff. It's so unique. It's all packed into one game. It looks like there are multiple biomes to explore. It's basically just Pokemon but with anime, and I can't believe that nobody's ever done that because it's not really that crazy of a concept, but these developers took that really simple concept and made it into a beautiful game. If you haven't watched the trailer yet, what are you doing? Go watch it. That trailer looks amazing. I can't say too much about Pocket Anime because at its core, it's literally just Pokemon with anime mixed in, and like I said, absolutely nothing wrong with that. They did a great job. Next up at number 5, I have the second Demon Slayer game of this list. This is a game called Wisteria 2, similar to Demon Journey 2. It came out, or the original game came out around a year ago, and it ended up dying pretty bad. But if you've been looking at the sneak peeks for Wisteria 2, this game looks like it has a lot of potential behind it. I personally cannot wait to play it. It looks so good to me. I'm always down for a Demon Slayer game. Respectfully, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, another Demon Slayer game. I don't want to play this anymore. But Wisteria 2 looks hype. Character customization looks really in-depth. Looks like they did their research on Demon Slayer and actually watched the show, read the manga. The combat looks fun. I love the multiplayer aspect. It looks like you can fight bosses with friends, do the final selection, all that, be in different clans, guilds. The game really does look like a Demon Slayer game. And I know you guys are probably going to comment, Chris, what do you mean by that? You have games like Project Slayers, which look good aesthetically and look great in terms of graphics, but when I think of Project Slayers, it doesn't really look like a Demon Slayer game to me. It just looks like a game that has some Demon Slayer aspects. Whereas when I look at a game like Wisteria 2, it looks like you're actually in the world of Demon Slayer, and I love that. I love immersiveness in games. This is definitely one of the games I have my eye on for sure, and that's why it's at number 5. Right next to Wisteria 2, I have Devos or Devos of Creation. This is a new Roblox RPG that came out recently and kind of shocked everybody. I'd honestly heard of this game before, but until I watched this recent trailer, I didn't really think much of it, and after watching that, it looks like it has a whole bunch of potential. This is a new Roblox RPG dungeon crawler, and the game looks fun. There's multiple classes, unique abilities, boss fights. It's literally just an RPG on Roblox, and I know it doesn't sound like anything crazy, but the way in which they're executing it looks like it has a lot of potential to me. This is one of the games I'm looking at for sure. Right above Devos of Creation, at number 3, I have Towerbound. Now, whenever I make a list like this, until the day Towerbound releases, it's always going to be at least in the top 5 because this is one of the games that I've extensively tested, and let me just say, it's one of those games where similar to Worldwide, you're not really getting crazy graphics, but in exchange for that, you are getting crazy gameplay. The gameplay is so fun. The combat is so fluid and smooth. It feels so good to use. The abilities, when you can unlock them because the game is incredibly difficult. I have to say, I've been playing for so long and I still basically have nothing. Nonetheless, when you are actually able to get these abilities, they're all so diverse and unique. Some clash with others. You can get certain abilities just from being a part of a certain family. I don't want to spoil too much for those who haven't actually read or watched Tower of God, but you should get my point. The game is so unique, it's so in-depth. I know I keep saying those words again and again, but pretty much every game on this list has that in common. Yeah, Tower Bound is a great game. It pretty much perfectly mimics Tower of God. It's literally just that if it were an anime game on Roblox. And yeah, right above Tower Bound at number 2, I have Anime Legends. This is a game that looks beautiful. We all agree on that. The game looks hype. It looks so damn good. Anime Legends is an anime-inspired or anime-based open-world RPG with different aspects from anime like One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, Bleach, DBZ, and the game looks so good. I'm so excited for it, and it would have been number 1 if they had been a little more reliable with the release date, and if they had also shown the community more stuff, as they pretty much only shown us one sneak peek, which was a year ago, so that's a little bit disappointing. But from what we did see, the game does look hype, which is why it's still so high on the list. Yeah, I mean, the game looks good. Looks like you'll be able to enjoy yourself with some friends. Looks like there's different boss fights. The character customization looks unique from what we've been able to see. The mounts look cool. I love a game where you can actually ride an animal. That's always a sick element to me. Yeah, the game looks good. I can't really say too much about it, seeing as we haven't heard much. But number 1 on this list, I have 2 games. I kind of just put them both at the same tier because I'm equally excited for both of these games. I have Anime Showdown. Now, me personally, I love a game that has good combat and good graphics. It's why at first Grand Peace Online was my favorite anime game for a good amount of time before I got bored of it. But Anime Showdown is a new Roblox anime game that seems to be combining good graphics and good gameplay. The combat looks fun and fluid, and the game also looks phenomenal. The character abilities look like they've been created by someone who's actually watched the show for each anime. Like, you have Shinra using his evangelist or evangelist, I don't know how to say that. You have Jotaro using his time stop, Naruto using his QB mode. Like, the game is made by somebody who clearly actually watched anime. And it's also a battlegrounds game, so this is even better because unlike games like ABA where you're only getting anime girls, you're actually getting cool characters you want. Maybe that was a little too harsh, but anyways, like I'm trying to say, the game looks good. Not only does it look good, it looks smooth and really fluid, and that's why it's at number 1. I love the diverse roster they're going for with this game. You got characters like Rimuru from Reincarnated as a Slime, Naruto, obviously pretty basic, Ulquiorra. Right next to Anime Showdown, I have Holy War X, and I'm pretty sure everybody watching this video already knew this was coming. This is a new Roblox 7 Deadly Sins game that looks absolutely beautiful. The combat looks fun, the finishers look great. What I mean by that is every time you kill somebody, you have a new way of killing them, kind of like God of War or Assassin's Creed if you played either of those, and that is a really nice aspect to the game. Movement looks so fluid. There's mounts, there's a race where you actually get wings that you can fly around with, and the flight looks so smooth and fluid and agile. The game looks unique and it looks fun, and it looks like they actually did their research from multiple anime, as it has aspects from, I think I saw some One Piece stuff, or might have been Naruto stuff, I don't know, but it was purely cosmetic regardless, and the game just looks good. This to me seems to be the most anticipated game of this year. I won't lie, everybody seems to want to play this, and honestly, I understand why. And I know you guys are all wondering, Chris, wait a second, there's a game you haven't said, and I know. At number 0 on this list, I have Arcane Odyssey, and it's at number 0 because throughout all the lists I've made, I gotta be honest, I don't think this game has ever been top 3, but after looking at it, I have to say, it is the only game that I've seen in a few months now that seems to be constantly delivering. The owner of this game, Vtex, is constantly updating his community on what's going on. He's always posting new sneaks, and the game looks good. Honestly, as far as graphics, I have to be honest, the game doesn't look crazy, but this is another one of those games where the main draw is not the graphics, but the gameplay, the combat, the execution. As far as gameplay, it looks like they genuinely did nail it. I mean, you have systems like the Warlords from One Piece, where players can become a warlord by getting bounty. That is so cool to me. I absolutely love that. I love stuff like that in games. I can't get enough of actual player immersion. And yeah, with that being said, this is my top 10 upcoming games for 2023. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. If I missed any, comment them down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.